Teachers really should consider discussing major events like presidential elections, protests, and things like that, because they are part of reality, right? So just because we don't talk about it in the classroom doesn't mean that students don't engage in it or see it, on TV and their social media and their feeds, right? It's something that's happening in the world, and young people have every right to understand and discuss what's happening around them. I think all teachers and really all adults in general should have these kinds of discussions with their students and especially young kids, because again, it's part of their experience already. And a lot like everything else, if we don't teach it or don't directly talk about it, they will get it from somewhere else. And it's better that they get that information and the correct information and facts from adults that they trust than get it from some other sources or their friends even. And so it's really, really important that as adults, even if you're a math teacher or a science teacher, that we're modeling what it looks like to be an active member of the community, and how we as adults, logical thinkers and reasonable people, are thinking about these issues so that they can emulate the adults that they trust in their lives. So I think there are some special events in our lifetimes that require more in-depth discussions, but I think it's actually really important for kids to be aware of current events all the time, right? So when these kinds of events happen, they can be upsetting and distressing, but they shouldn't be surprising in the sense that kids are already aware of the things that are happening in their lives. And so the more we avoid kind of day-to-day conversations, the harder these conversations become. So in order to kind of support adults and teachers to have these kinds of conversations, we should be having multiple smaller conversations about current events and things that are happening in the world with kids. And so that when big events happen, it's already part of their DNA and they know how to discuss and deal with situations. So I think there are many different ways that teachers can do this in the classroom. But one thing that I would say is it's really, really important, no matter what you do and what you choose to do, that the key aspect of this is humanizing the experiences of students, and to make sure that we care and we take care of the students first. I would say to teachers that want to do this work that, really borrowing the words of Amanda Gorman the other day, right? That there is always light if we're only brave enough to see it and if we're only brave enough to be it. And so I would say to all the teachers, if you're wanting to do this work, you are definitely on the right track, and don't be scared to try something. And there are lots of resources out there. MSU obviously have wonderful folks who can help you do that work as well. And so please reach out and, we can do this together.